Hey everybody, welcome to the newest episode of The Bearded Gamer Show. As always, I am your host, the Super Beard, the Bearded Gamer, Chris Arnone. Straight into good news, bad news. Now, some of you may have gotten to play the game Skylanders. Pretty fun game. My roommates have kids, and their kids have been playing it. And it's actually pretty cool. And it's got this little platform, and you stick the figurine on it, and it reads via near-field communication, a little RFID tag, exactly what figure you're putting on it, and it can actually transfer data back and forth. It actually stores data on the figure. Well, this new technology, near-field communication, is coming to the Wii U. It's actually going to be part of the tablet controller, which it's pretty cool. It's a really neat piece of technology. I know it's going to be a big thing in cellular phones pretty soon. There's going to be a lot of uses with that. But you're probably wondering, well, how is the Wii U going to use this? Well, they say you can make your own cards or figurines. It could do Skylanders-ish kind of stuff. But also, it said at the very last paragraph that Nintendo put out about this, it could be used to do credit card transactions. Like I know there's a lot of credit cards that actually have an RFID chip where you can just, instead of the swipe, you just sort of pass it over it and it reads it. Well, you could do something like that with the controller itself. So that's pretty cool. Pretty neat piece of technology. Glad to see that coming into gaming. Always leave it to Nintendo to, just find some new piece of technology and bring it into gaming. All right, another piece of good news. Are you still unconvinced that vehicular combat is indeed awesome and has a place in current gaming? Well, if you're not, Twisted Metal has a demo coming on January 31st. I think that's pretty awesome. I'm a fan of it. I've played it at E3. I've played it at PAX. Played it at a couple E3s now, actually. And it's a lot of fun. I'm a big Twisted Metal fan for a lot of years, and it's been a long time since we've seen one. And I think that sort of is the big question on everyone's minds is, can vehicular combat stand up in this gaming universe that we have around us right now? And, we'll see. February 14th is when the game comes out. Awesome Valentine's Day present for all us gamers. But January 31st, get our hands on a demo. All right, more good news. I'm just full of good news today. I'm in a great mood, just rocking it out. All right, Mario fans, it seems that Nintendo realizes exactly how well Mario is selling on their 3DS. I mean, their top two sellers for the longest time now have been Mario Kart 7 and Super Mario 3D Land. So there is another Mario game, this time a side-scroller, in development already for the Nintendo 3DS. Now, no word really on when it's going to be out. They've said sometime in this coming fiscal year, which means sometime after March 2012. I highly doubt it will be anytime really soon since they're just talking about it being in development. But Mario fans, rejoice. There's more little plumbery goodness coming at you. All right, last piece of good news for today. Now, some of you have heard that The Witcher 2 Assassins of Kings is coming to the Xbox 360. Well, now we have a release date. Now, a lot of people fear they would maybe charge into March and get in that sort of crowded March release window that a lot of people are in. Well, they're not. They're pushing back to April. It's going to be April 19th in North America. Now, we've gotten to see some screenshots that they released, and sadly, it does make it very, very apparent that there's a big gap between what PCs can do and what the Xbox 360 can do. And especially The Witcher 2 is a pretty high-end game. It takes a lot of power to really run it at the optimal settings. And you compare that to what the 360 runs, and it's kind of almost abysmal. But nevertheless, if you don't have some amazing PC gaming rig and you're a 360 gamer, you're going to get a fantastic chance to play just a brilliant RPG. So it's always good news when more people get to play great games. All right, Reviews Roundup.
Welcome to another Reviews Roundup, powered by Gamer Review. First up is Doctor Lautrec and the Forgotten Knights for Nintendo 3DS. Alex St. Amour went after this game and said, "Over the course of this review, I've spent a lot of time raining on Dr. Lautrec and the Forgotten Knights parade, but there's enjoyment to be had here. A more focused sequel, which eschews the melting pot of gameplay styles present in Dr. Lautrec and the Forgotten Knights, would indeed be a solid rival to the Professor Layton series. For now, though, this is a series whose main rival is a minor sleeping aid." Alex gave Dr. Lautrec and the Forgotten Knights a 5.8 out of 10. Next is a fresh attempt at making a new Kinect game with Haunt for Xbox 360. Casper M. Anderson got his spooky on for this one and said, "It should be noted that Nana On Shah is walking a fine line here. Haunt sees the player physically walking around the mansion, so it's important that he or she remains engaged. Because of this, the game is designed in such a way that you're always close to something interesting, which means that those are 4 hours of very condensed content. Haunt is at the top of the Kinect class when it comes to exploration. It's also good fun while it lasts, despite its flaws, and at 800 Microsoft points, you'd be hard-pressed to not find it good entertainment value for your money. Casper gave Haunt an 8.0 out of 10. Next this week is the return of an old favorite, Shinobi, from the Nintendo 3DS. Xavier Griffiths unsheathed his sword for this review and said, "Shinobi is not the triumphant return for the series that it could have been. The adventure is so short that it could have been a downloadable release. At least then you would come away feeling as if fewer corners had been cut during the development. The 3DS is still new enough that Shinobi doesn't have much in the way of competition in its genre, so those looking for a nostalgic action game fix have something to hold their attention for a few hours at least. Everyone else is better off waiting for something fresher and more fulfilling to come along instead." Xavier gave Shinobi a 6.5 out of 10. Lastly is a fun sequel to a very fun game with Trine 2 for PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC. Nick Pantazis grabbed his wizard, thief, and knight, then said, "It's great to see small studios publish quality products, and after a holiday of releases like this one, it's easy to overlook smaller releases like Trine 2, but that would absolutely be a mistake. This is a sequel of the highest quality, and while it perhaps plays things a bit too safe by not introducing any new characters or gameplay mechanics, it improves on its predecessor in every way. Trine 2 is a gorgeous and incredibly fun experience, easy to recommend to almost anyone." Nick gave Trine 2 an 8.7 out of 10. Be sure to read the full reviews for these and many other games on gamerreview.vgcharts.com.
So it's time once again for the Software Soundoff. I know you're curious. What were the top 10 selling games for the week ending January 14th globally? Well, of course, from VG Charts, I've got the data for you. So you ready for this? All right. Number 1, Mario Kart 7, once again for the Nintendo 3DS, moved 165,000 units. Number 2, Just Dance 3 for the Wii. Of course, that version is far and away the biggest seller. Another 163,000 units. Number 3, Super Mario 3D Land. Again, the 3DS, 144,000 units. This just continually impresses me how well the 3DS is now doing. These two titles alone just keep selling in the top, like, 2 or 3 week after week after week. It's really impressive. Number 4, Kinect Adventures for Xbox 360. Sold another 137,000 units. As always, I remind you, that is also, therefore, Kinect's sold because Kinect Adventures is bundled with the Kinect itself. Number 5, of course, how could we have a list without it? Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, the 360 version, sold 118,000 units. Number 6, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, the PS3 version, sold 113,000 units. Now, this total amount for PC, PS3, and 360 is now up right around 24.5 million units sold of Modern Warfare 3. Just crazy. Number 7, Zumba Fitness for the Wii is back for a second week. Another 112,000 units sold. All right, number 8, and see if I can say this all in one breath or say it correctly, from Japan on PSP, Super Robot Wars OG Saga Masao Kinsen 2 Revelation of Evil God. Yeah, sold 81,000 units. I'd be curious to see what that whole thing sounds like in Japanese, whether it's longer or shorter. Number 9, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim for 360 is back on the list with another 77,000 units sold. Number 10, The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim again, the PS3 version, sold also 77,000. There was just a matter of about 100 units difference between the two. And so the total between PS3, 360, and PC for Skyrim is now 9.85 million units. It's just astounding numbers for a game with no multiplayer, no online functionality, and hey, no online pass. Shocking, right? You can sell a game really well without an online pass. Oh, it's fantastic. All right, guys. It's been a great month, a great new episode. We'll see you next time.